Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So can you believe there's only 2 more days to go until the end of Wimbledon? I know that there's football going on at the same time. I don't watch football, so it's not something I'm gonna be able to comment on, but obviously I'm aware that England are playing on Sunday and that sort of thing, but let's just focus on the tennis. There's probably loads of people out there talking about football. 2 more days, yeah, and then so it will be the women's final tomorrow, and then it will be the men's final on Sunday. So all I'm going to talk about today is I'm not going to do 2 separate videos like yesterday for this women's semi-finals because, oh gosh, Carlos Alcaraz versus, I can't even remember who, it was that unmemorable, Medvedev, that's it. Oh, I mean, it was 2 hours, 55 minutes, and I can't even remember what happened in that match. It was that boring. I literally stopped watching halfway through, found lots of other things to do. I was working through it, I was just on my laptop, I was doing anything. Now, what was interesting, because I went on Facebook, the commentary team, they're so biased against Alcaraz. I mean, if you was to count the amount of times they keep saying, oh, he's only 21 and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. And then every time Medvedev kept, if he made a mistake, they're really hamming it up, going, he shouldn't have made that shot. One of the commentators was like, that was an ugly shot. What was he doing? Then Alcaraz will make a mistake and they'll say, oh, now Medvedev has got a point, or, it's lucky for him. I just think, at one point I muted it because I just thought that there's being biased and then there's being blatantly, obviously, rooting for one person. And yeah, he's good, but the way they're going on about him, I don't think, his game was rubbish. They even said themselves that he was playing, it was a rubbish game. There was nothing entertaining about it. They had to admit that, it was basically a basic game. So it went on for, in the first, I don't even, did I take any notes? I don't even think I took notes. Now for a semi-final, you got, it's not about entertainment either. I don't want people to think that, because I think sometimes people think I'm trying to say that it has to be entertaining. I watch lots of sports. It's not about showboating, because even yesterday I was saying Vekic, she's a very conservative player. Rybakina, she's a very conservative player. Lots of the Eastern European or the Russian players are just they're not showing emotions and things. It's nothing to do with that. It's the quality of the games. Now, to me, Alcaraz, his game today was not a semi-final match. It was just basic. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It was very forgettable. So let's talk about the other semi-finals. So what I've just watched. Djokovic is in my all-time favourite tennis players. So you've got Djokovic, Andy Murray, Boris Becker and Andre Agassi in the male side. Now, I know lots of people like Federer and Pete Sampras, and they keep going on about them all the time. And I think it's just, human nature that sometimes we put people on pedestals. Everyone does. To me, I don't do it in that way. I just look at what I like. I just look at if I like this person's personality or if I like this person's way of playing. It's nothing to do with it was like when they were going on about Maria Sharapova yesterday. They were going on about that. She was one of those people that is getting all the contracts and she's getting all the talk about how beautiful she is and all the rest of it. She was losing. She was never ever winning games, or she was winning them, but she was not at the accolades of how people were talking about her. So to me, everyone's different. You've got your favourites and things. I don't do it based on favourites. I do it based on, do I like the quality of this player? Do I think they're good at what they do? Do I like something about them? So with Djokovic, is just 10 out of 10. I could even, as I've said, when I'm watching him play, I know he's going to win. I don't have to even think about it. He doesn't win every game, obviously, every match. But these are some of the stats. He's had 37 Grand Slam finals, so that's in all tennis tournaments. He's had 10 Wimbledon finals, so that's already saying where he's at. He's won it as well. They were looking at some of the scores. They were saying so he was at the top in terms of conversion rate. So if he's in a game and he's losing, his percentage of converting it to win is 78.3%. So it is at the top out of all the Wimbledon male players. There's other stats that were coming out, like 98% with his serves. It wasn't 98, it wasn't that high, it was probably at 70, I don't know how high it was. But when they were showing the graphics on screen, it was saying that he's very all of his serves or all of his passes and things, passing shots were all hitting the same spot. They were all, he's very, what's the word? I can't even, I'm running out of words. He's just precise, that's the word. I was just saying, you know, to me, it's poetry. It's just, and I know that like people are going to say, well, you're doing the same thing about bigging him up like people do about Alcaraz. But to me, Djokovic deserves it. You know, he's put the effort in. This is someone who's had knee surgery, and they were saying, the commentators, they didn't even think he was going to be at Wimbledon this year because it usually takes 3 to 6 weeks. But he just, you know, decided he was going to be here. I think he wants revenge because obviously he lost against Alcaraz yesterday. My gut feeling is that he's going to win on Sunday. I just think he's going to put everything out there. He's just going to put everything out there because he just wants it so badly. He was getting booed today, which I don't understand still. And I do think that, like, for whatever reason, even the media, but also lots of people have just got it in for him. I think because he's so confident, it's not arrogance. You know, he's got his son and his daughter. He knows what he's playing for. He knows who he is. He doesn't play for the fans. He plays because he loves tennis. He wants his son and his daughter to see, you know, him is more important to him being a father and that sort of thing. But also, he's a brilliant player. The rallies were just like incredible. It was just, do you know what it is? When he's hitting the ball, every ball that he hits, he's consciously aware of where he's putting it. I can't even put it into words. But when you see it, it's like he knows where the ball's going, but he's still hitting it with such power and such precision that, like, and this guy that was playing against him, Mazzetti, tried everything. He tried absolutely everything to win. He tried throwing everything at him, but he just couldn't, because the shots that I was seeing are some of the best I've seen. I mean, I was seeing things, I'm like, how did he hit that? Or how did he get over there? Or how did that ball hit the line? It was incredible, you know. And I just think, because obviously I've been into tennis for like a while, but I was saying to myself the other day, you know, if I had children, I'd probably be like Richard, Venus and Serena's dad. I'd just like get them started when they were really young and just make them love tennis and make them get into it whether they want to or not, because it's that's like a weird thing to say, pushing your children into sport. But even if you go on YouTube and Facebook at the minute with the football and with all the other sports, you're seeing lots of like clips of like babies or young children who are being, you know, they have to start when they're like really little, getting them into it and getting them on target and things. But yeah, with Djokovic, he's just, to me, there's nothing bad I can say about him. He's just, I just love watching him play tennis. So let's see what happens on Sunday. I don't even know if I want to like watch the whole match, because I think I'm going to just be like really wanting him to win. And I'd put 99.9% if I had to bet on him. But then you don't know with Carlos Alcaraz, because he kind of creeps up and takes over the game. That's what he's done. So who knows? So let's see what happens. But yeah, that was one of the best. I mean, I'm not going to say it was the best match that I've seen at Wimbledon. I think Cam Norrie, his match, I can't remember who he played, was really good. There's been some other really tense and some really powerful matches, but it's in the top 5 for this tournament. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'm going to have to do a short version now for TikTok, because yeah, as usual, I'm going on a bit too much. But yeah, what did you guys think? Did you watch any of the semi-finals today? Did you watch any of them yesterday? Leave your comments, let me know what you think.